Well, the Whitman Baltimore Winter Expo is here.
Marty joins us now live from the Convention Center with all you can see there. Hey, Marty.
Well, hey, Tim. Good morning. Hey, Cena. Good morning. Good morning, everyone. John Krelovich joins us again. You were with us last year. Last year, when we brought you to the Whitman, we basically kind of took a news angle letting you know that one of the most important events in this genre is in Baltimore. Okay, been there, done that, seen that. But this year, what we want to see is that. It's going to be all shock and awe today. We're just going to go, wow. First off, welcome back. How are you?
Thank you. I'm great. Good to see you again.
How have you been?
I've been good. I'm back. Happy to be back in Baltimore.
You showed me this medal. We're going to start with this medal right here.
Yep.
Tell them about it.
So this medal was given to an officer of a Union regiment from Massachusetts, and that regiment, along with some Pennsylvania regiments, stopped at the train station at Camden Yards, marched down Pratt Street to catch a boat south during the first week of the Civil War, 1 week after Fort Sumter, and Confederate sympathizers shot at him and killed 5 of them. It was called the Pratt Street Riots.
And that's basically a Purple Heart.
It's basically a Purple Heart given by the regiment to a guy that was shot at right in front of the building we're sitting in.
What would that sell for?
$1,500 thereabouts, something like
Just
that.
$1,500?
That's it.
All right, but coming up after it's just pocket change, ashtray money.
That's
just
it.
ashtray. But coming up after the break, we're going to talk about what's in front of me, and I think you're just going to go, wow.
That's the idea.
That's the idea. Back to TV Hill.
Well, the Whitman Baltimore Winter Expo gives you the chance to check out rare coins and collectibles.
And Marty is at the Convention Center getting his hands on millions of dollars worth of coins, we're told. Marty?
Millions of dollars worth of coins. John, first off,
Yes, sir.
tell our audience your position.
So my title is the Director of Numismatic Americana for Stack's Bowers Galleries, and we are an auction house with locations all over the world specializing in rare coins, paper money, tokens, metals, associated items.
Okay, so off camera, we were just sitting here talking to this fine group of folks over to K2's right, and we were talking about what we had last year. And you made a statement that was somewhat like, there are now so many million-dollar coins, I lost track.
That's right, yeah. I mean, there are literally dozens of million-dollar coins, including now Chinese coins. A Danish coin recently sold for $1 million. Ancient Roman coins have sold for $1 million. There's collectors all over the world, and they have a lot of money.
Okay, my wife's in real estate, and she's fond of telling clients and me, your house is only worth what someone will pay you for it.
That's right.
What makes this, and this worth someone saying, I'll pony up $1 million for that, $1 million for that, $1 million for that?
Yes, sir. Basic Econ 101, supply and demand defines price. There are very rare coins that are worth very little because no one wants them, and there are relatively common coins that are worth a lot because everybody wants them. So it's just a unison of supply and demand.
Okay, let's start talking about what makes that desirable.
So that is the finest known example of a famous rarity that's sort of the king of the rarities in that particular series. That's a $20 gold piece that was made in Nevada at the Carson City Mints. They made very, very few, and the ones that still exist are usually pretty beat up. That one's really nice condition. So it's the difference between a Camaro that's been parked in a showroom for 40 years and one that's been in the woods for 40 years.
Okay, I understand that.
Yes,
now,
sir.
how about this one?
So that's history and rarity makes that desirable. That is the only one outside of a museum. That's it. Only one in the world. And the only other one aside from that one is at the Massachusetts Historical Society.
And what is that?
So that is a coin that was struck essentially by the Pilgrims in Boston in 1652 at the very first mint in America. It's basically the first American coin. It's a 3 pence made in Boston called a New England 3 pence.
That goes back to the Pilgrims.
Yes, sir, 1652.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
And what about that one?
So this piece is called a Baldwin or Horseman 10. It's a gold rush coin designed by a German immigrant who came to America in 1848, California in 1849, and in 1850 he was asked to design this gold rush $10 gold coin and had to come up with his own design and picked a picture of a cowboy throwing a lasso as the most California image he could find.
That is crazy. So in front of us, $3 million. And by the way, is there security present? Did Geppetto make Pinocchio? We're just going to basically leave it at that. Coming up next half hour, we have more from the Whitman Expo. It is open to the public. We'll talk about how you can come and talk to coin dealers. You can bring anything you think might be worth someone's time and effort. We'll bring you into the loop coming up next half hour. And we're going to talk about that book. It's very important. John,
Yes, sir.
you're the best again.
Appreciate it.
Thanks for being with us. Back TV Hill.
Hello, Marty.
Well, hello, Cena. Hello, Tim. Again, good morning, everyone. Hopefully you're doing well. It's Friday Eve. Tomorrow we'll officially say TGIF. We'll curb our enthusiasm for right now. John Feigenbaum, you're the CEO of Whitman Expo.
Very nice
and again, John Kralik, our expert this morning.
Yes, sir.
We'll be with you in 1 second. You just showed us last half hour $3 million worth of coins.
Yes, sir.
Talk about those bills, please.
All right, cool paper money. Coin collectors also like paper money. We've got two neat ones for you today. The first is what's called a national banknote. And little tiny towns all across America had banks that issued their own currency on behalf of the federal government. That one is from the bank in Upper Marlboro, so a little local flavor on that one.
Really?
Yes, sir. Upper Marlboro was the home of the Bank of Southern Maryland, so they issued their own paper money in the early 20th century. And the other note.
Seriously?
Yeah, honestly.
So what's that worth?
$1,200. I mean, it's not as expensive as some of these other things. It's a popular collection.
Ashtray money.
Ashtray money. There you go.
What is that?
So that's a $20 bill, the one from Upper Marlboro.
So the point here is we've got $3 million sitting in front of us. We really do. But there's collectibles in every economic level.
If you show up here with a $10 bill, we'll send you home with something cool and historic and collectible.
Wow. You got into this. Talk about this book in front of us. If somebody's watching and it's like, I want to get into this with my child. Maybe my family wants to get into coin collecting. Maybe grandma left us a coin, we want to investigate it. How did you get into it, and what is that book all about?
Absolutely, Marty, thanks. I mean, really, this book is really the Bible of coin collecting for us American coin collectors, which is to say, almost in the whole world, because America leads in collecting.
And it's called United States Coins.
Right, but we really refer to it as the Red Book, because it's red, obviously, and everyone in our industry, even though it says a guidebook of United States coins, calls this Bible the Red Book.
Where can someone watching find this?
You can find this everywhere. You can find it at Barnes & Noble, you can find it on Amazon, you can find it at a coin shop, everywhere. It's the #1 selling book of its kind in the world. I think 25 million copies of this book have been sold since its inception.
So if, let's say, Aunt Gert left someone some silver dollars, they want to know what they're all about, they can go online and get that book.
The first thing we tell them is go get a Red Book and then talk to me. You know, look it up, learn something, and you'll get hooked. Most of us in this room got hooked on coins because of the Red Book. And I can tell you by the age of 8, I had it memorized basically. I could come to a show like this and say, oh my goodness, that 1901 quarter 25-cent piece has an S on the back. It's worth $1,000, not $4.
Crazy. And go ahead and finish.
Yes. And I'm just telling you that the more you know in this hobby, the more enriching it is. It leads into history. It can lead into colonial history. It can lead into world history, anything.
Gotcha. Thanks for hosting us again. You always deliver. We really appreciate it.
Great to see you.
And come on down this weekend. We're at the Convention Center, Whitman Expo. Google it, and you can find the hours. Back to TV Hill.